Well, good afternoon, good people and Eagle fans. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. I've actually had an interesting one. Thank you, Aaron. Aaron, I'm going to be going through the boxes of Cowboys paraphernalia from our past. You know, see, for me, I can't leave the Dallas Cowboys because it's too ingrained into me. Okay? You know, when I look up here and I see the Cowboys, you know, Emmitt Smith, Wheaties box up here, or the Cowboys toolbox that was given to me by Joseph Heatherly, or this football autograph by Tony Dorsett, I can't leave all that stuff behind and just say, I'm going to root for another team. You know, see, now the Eagles toilet paper now, I can wipe my ass with that and flush that with no problem. That's no problem right there. But I can't just leave the Dallas Cowboys. And see, this is where I think that Jerry Jones has now made I'm not going to say fatal because I don't think it's death, but has made a serious mistake here with letting his emotions get the best of him about what's going on. I think for the first time, this is like when you think about one of my favorite movies, Glory, okay? When you breach, okay, in the movie Glory, the final battle scene, you know, they're trying to go against Fort Wagner and things. And, of course, you know, they've got all the cannons and all the stuff. The place is well defended. But you're focusing on a point that hopefully you breach it. And once you breach it, that's when you got to pour in everything to go ahead and win the battle. Problem is it took them too much force to make that breach that they didn't have enough firepower once they got into it and they got pushed back. And I think Jerry Jones right now has been breached where he let go how they make the sausage. And I think that now Jerry has lost any credibility whatsoever as far as being the GM. Because the problem is with Sean and RJ, and I want to play this because I think this is very, very important here because I think about I coming down the road, I put up a video from this morning when I went and met Aaron coming back up 95, and I started thinking about Sean and RJ. And people thinking, oh, man, you know, they about to get fired and things, right? You know, oh, my God, they, you know, those poor guys, Jerry Jones threw them under the bus and said they can be replaced. But understand, I said in my video, I said it's not so much fun when the rabbit's got the gun and the shoe's on the other foot, because those were the guys that told us when we said that the Cowboys have problems, that Jerry Jones is screwing up, that this is what we were building right here, a big pile of mess. They literally called us morons and Cowboys Mafia and literally said, you know, I'll direct it to you when I see you, you know, at camp or at games. Oh, that's right. You're not credentialed. You're not credentialed. That they threw us under the bus as just idiots. Just idiots. Well, now they're kind of part of the idiot situation here too. And what you found out is it all is Jerry Jones. The secret's out. I can't believe the word is out. Yeah, Jermaine Stewart. That Jerry literally said, I don't want to be questioned by people I'm paying. And that those guys are morons. Listen to the beginning of Dak Attack, and shout out to Dak Attack. Dak Attack, seeing him blossom and grow and everything else, he is always on point. But listen to this.
Say, hold on. Before we even get into the actual show, because this segment right here wasn't even supposed to be in the video, but I'm putting it in because I'm tired of the foolishness, bro. Y'all take a look at this post. This is from Boss Cowboy Sport. one of the long-term content creators in the Dallas Cowboys community. In this post, in this response to what I'm saying, commentary that isn't tagging anybody, that isn't specifically talking about any one person in particular, he's taking it personally. And a lot of these dudes, I don't know if it's because my platform has risen as quickly as it has or what, but a lot of these dudes have been on some weird gatekeeping jealousy and trying to kind of keep me in check type of stuff on these social media platforms. And I'm over it, bruh, because that commentary wasn't even negative, and it was actually leading to a very powerful message that's later in this video. And y'all that's watching it, I want y'all to tell me later on if you feel like me, when I address the content creators, do you feel like that was going to be a negatively enforced message, or was I trying to send a positively enforced message to my peers? And that's the type of response that I got based off of someone assuming that my commentary was about them. Nah, I'm done with that, bruh. I'm done with that. Y'all boys about to start getting put on Front Street for the weird, funny acting stuff y'all been doing, including phone calls, DMs, and all that stuff. When anytime y'all get mad or you insecure about something that you got going on, because my aura is so powerful, bruh.
Preach it, bro.
Let's get into the show.
I want y'all to answer some questions for me.
Preach it, bro. Preach it. Shout out to him. Because, see, again, I want you to understand this, as we go through and go ahead and people are upset about, feeling bad about Sean and RJ. Sean and RJ are the same people that when that lawsuit was against Dak Prescott that turned out to be a frivolous one, that they brought in the attorney who came in and literally slandered and trashed Dak Prescott on the show. Immediately. That was the beginning of free agency, which was, even though the story didn't break till like 6 p.m, was the biggest news of the day, including that Saquon was already signed by the Eagles. So they've been doing the dirty work for the Joneses for quite a while. And here's the problem for Jerry Jones now. You have now all of the things that we have assumed to be correct, that you are the one who is pulling the strings. That Jason Garrett, he couldn't go to you and say, Jerry, I need this or I don't like that. That Mike McCarthy, that he is hamstrung. And now, if you are a potential coach or player that's wanting to come here, you kind of have to look side-eyed and say, wait a minute. It's only Jerry doing everything. You cannot question Jerry. So if I'm a coach, why would I want to come here and coach? That Jerry has now hurt the brand even more. And that the only way that you're going to be able to get that back is you're going to have to do something more drastic, like no longer be the GM. You screwed the pooch on this one. You screwed the pooch. There's no recovering that. Now, you can continue to do exactly what you're doing and be Al Davis, as when I was talking to Aaron literally this morning. It's like, you know what? This is feeling more and more like the Raiders and Al Davis's last 10 years of running them. And you can see how that organization right now has been mismanaged and passed on to his son, who has literally done nothing with it. They've made coaching mistakes. They've made player acquisition mistakes where they paid too much. Here it is. They gave up a first and a second for Davante Adams, and they get a conditional third back for him. If you're Jerry Jones, you're saying, thank you for being that bad, because that makes me look a little bit better, I guess, because we gave up a first. How poetic is it that we gave up a first to the Raiders, which are mismanaged, for Amari Cooper. We trade him and we get a fifth back for him. And here it is, the Cleveland. And mind you, I want you to understand something else too here. When the Raiders traded Davante Adams, they didn't have to pay any of the contract. They at least got the other people to eat the contract. But here's how bad the deal was with Amari Cooper. And when we hear that there's not enough money to pay guys, you paid the wrong guy. You paid Michael Gallup, who was injured. Instead of holding on to Amari Cooper, that we said is too expensive, we traded him for a fifth, And we paid more on the salary cap. We paid on the salary cap most of his salary for that first year. The Cleveland Browns only paid him $6 million that year. I believe we paid 10. So when you think about us re-signing Michael Gallup, who was on one leg, and getting rid of Amari Cooper, we spent more money getting rid of him than keeping him. And we screwed ourselves out of a receiver. And so here it is. The Cleveland Browns, they've got their own problems with Deshaun Watson. But at least they only gave up a 5th-round pick. They had the services of him for a couple of years, and they get back a 3rd-round pick. It's not a bad deal. And again, this makes you realize how bad and putrid the Dallas Cowboys are managing the front office. And we wonder why we're not winning. And this is why I say, Jerry Jones, you are now backed into a corner where your only recourse is stepping down. But hey, we know he won't because that's Jerry Jones. So there you have it. Now, I have an hour and a half before I have to do the Dan Salio show. And it's going to be ugly. Really ugly. See you guys then. Peace out.